Web3. So I'm going to bring to the mic Fari John, who's going to be your moderator. Fari, welcome up. Come on, step up. Give us some love.
Hi everybody. I'm Fari. I'm the co-founder of the San Diego NFT Convention and Self-Love Club. And we are bringing you the wellness panel today. We're talking about prioritizing wellness in Web3. So first I would like to welcome Floel, Lovable Curves, Lisa, she's representing our wellness token, as well as Mama, who's doing some incredible things in healthcare. We have Shira Lizar joining us. Hey girl!
That's your content.
That's everybody.
You want to share this? You want to volunteer? You enough. We have cameras.
Do you have anybody that
I'm live on TikTok right now, and I will have a replay for
Does
that.
anybody want to record on Shira's one?
Shira needs content. She needs content.
Amazing. Hello, everybody. Thank you for.
Nice to see you.
The first time we see each other is just on stage.
I know. I saw you coming in. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you made it.
I did.
We almost
made
made
it this morning.
We almost made it just for you. But I'm so glad that you were able to make it. And I'm so grateful that you ladies are here to join me today. We are, really gathered here to talk about how important it is to be intentional with all of your networking in Web3, right? Considering this is such a high-paced, fast-paced, super, just techy environment, right? So it's just things are just always moving so quickly in Web3, and it's important to just take some time to rest and be extremely intentional with how you move. So we always want to present our best selves to everybody, and I feel like we all have this in common on the panel. So Shira, I would love to start with you. A lot of people don't know this, but you have a wellness organization called Peace Inside Live.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. What an honor to be here today. And I feel like we should take a deep breath together. I feel like that'd be great. That's like a great way to begin this wellness session. All right. Count of three. 3, 2. And then let it out. We should be doing 2 more, but let's get into it another time. But yeah, that felt good. During the pandemic, I started Peace Inside Live with a dear friend of mine. Obviously, she had a retreats company. We couldn't do physical retreats, in-person retreats. And so we ended up going on Zoom and just doing a virtual retreat there, and it was hugely successful. And so overnight, basically, we started this virtual wellness studio that we called Peace Inside Live, because it was about finding peace inside, literally and metaphorically, during the pandemic. And we were doing classes daily with facilitators from around the world. We ended up moving into more corporate, working with brands like HBO, Capital One, and Boys and Girls Club of America. And then we got asked to be part of an NFT project, and that was actually my first entryway into NFTs. Oddly enough, it wasn't from my work in digital culture. It was from my work in wellness. Wellness led me here, which is wild. And so we started doing wellness experiences in the Discord for Dino Monks, the NFT, which just merged with Knights of Degen. So their community is now part of Knights of Degen, if you know Knights of Degen. And so, that was kind of the beginnings of Peace Inside Live, and now we're doubling down on Web3 and looking to bring more wellness tools to Web3 communities and teams. We have a long-term deal with Spotify. We're looking to bring in IRL even with you and everyone here. And we'll be also NFT LA producing a wellness track there. So we're just looking to make these tools more accessible for everyone, really.
Definitely. And the fact that so many people want to bring you into the space and merge the two just goes to show how needed it is in the space, right? How people are really recognizing that, oh my goodness, Web3 is burning us out between, managing our Web2 jobs and families and, just any any day-to-day responsibilities as well as trying to get opportunities of a lifetime while networking.
I just think that wellness shouldn't be a solitary experience that you dive into once you feel like your life has fallen apart. A lot of us discovered wellness in our own journeys, I think, at least me, when everything wasn't working out and I said to myself, I need to find some solution to find joy, because I know there's so much out there, but I'm not feeling it, right?
Exactly.
And so I think that if we're creating a new paradigm in Web3, how do we have this here from the beginning and integrated? How do the leaders, how are we talking about it? So it's not like, our team members or our communities are pulling us forward into that path or begging for it, or we're coming in when it's too late.
Exactly. Well, I think it starts here, right? By talking about it, by making it a conversation while the communities gather together, and even providing some live wellness activations like Self-Love Club is doing with meditation downstairs. We'll be starting every morning with meditation. Lisa from Flowell has led them, and as has Dom. And so they've both been incredible. Such a great way to start the day. And we've also had some massages and Reiki, courtesy of our Reiki practitioner, as well as just some, talks about astrology and how important sound healing is. And, if you want a little chill space, if you want to go zen out for a little bit, we have a wellness lounge downstairs. You just have to go outside and go through the other entrance. And you can find it there. We have some swag bags there for you as well. But yes, with that, I would love to go on to Lisa, and I would love to hear more about Flowell. I know that Flowell is like a gamified version, like a gamified wellness app.
Yes, we are doing the gamification of wellness, and we want to bring wellness to Web3 with Flowell. It's been so aligned with me, and it resonates with me so much because before I came into Web3, I had a very strict wellness practice, and I was very on top of it. And when I deep dove into Web3 down that rabbit hole, I lost my wellness practice, and I would be on spaces 24/7 and networking. And yes, I grew and I learned, and then I realized I am not okay. I need to get back to my meditating 3 times a day and getting my sleep at night. And Flowell really has the mission to help humanity on a global scale achieve higher levels of health and wealth. So it's live to earn, because your time is valuable, and we value you guys making your time and wellness a priority. So you earn for your mindfulness, diet, sleep, and exercise practices through the SocialFi, GameFi app integrations. We go to our private beta launches next week for the community, and there is NFTs involved. And it's really about bringing that utility of we are bringing wellness into Web3, and it's not something that is an afterthought. Whereas when I came into Web3, wellness was an afterthought, or it was lost. And I've heard from so many community members and project team leads that they're like, yeah, I get burned out. I go to these conventions, right? I was talking to my 90s babes, Danielle, that I love, the founder, and we were both like, it took us a month to recover after NFT NYC, and so now you guys have Self-Love Club, and I'm so happy to partner with that, and just be at these events and preaching that you can still be in Web3 and not be awake 24/7. You don't have to show up to every Discord. You can get the JOMO instead of the FOMO. Enjoy missing out.
JOMO.
Yeah. So, I'm really excited about the project, and I'm excited to see the transformation. And if you guys do have NFT projects, we do NFTs, so you can compete for your wellness. And we want to get you all addicted to wellness.
Basically, she's making Web3 touch grass, and we all know we need that so badly, so thank you. And Nama is doing something so similar with bringing holistic healthcare into the American healthcare system with normalizing meditation. How cool is that?
Yeah, there we go.
For me, it was really obvious because I'm part of the U.S. health insurance system, and being a yogi, traveling to India, and living the life of, I would say, a leader that is connected to wellness and well-being. And it's not just, we think as leaders, we think if we're not the CEO, the HR, or the people who are leading the company, we deal with the healthcare. Each and every one of us are a leader. And each and every one of us, if you are a mother, and you are a leader. If you are whatever you are a leader. And you need to make sure the people around you understand what is health, what is well-being. And it's very interesting, Shira, you were saying about waiting until you are already get sick. So most people, get sick, then they start thinking about stress and anxiety. But stress and anxiety is the new pandemic, which was already been existed before the COVID. It's just and then we really need to raise the conversation about the anxiety and mental health, and that's why bringing mindfulness into the U.S. healthcare, the health insurance industry, not delivering sicker, because we are delivering sicker right now, we are not delivering healthcare, so moving that and merging the system, whatever it is, just remembering where we came from, remembering what is it like to take a breath and to just spend time in quiet space and stillness. That's health and well-being.
That's so incredible. Thank you for providing that service to us.
Yeah, and I'm actually implementing meditation and yoga into the U.S. healthcare. It's been through continuing education and a lot of session of meditation and doing it in my 35 years in Web 2.
Yeah, we need it in schools, we need it everywhere. It shouldn't be an afterthought, right?
Mental health should never be an afterthought. I always say, if you don't have your mental health, you don't have anything.
So actually, being an artist, from birth, allowed me to jump into Web3, community, and NFT, and really see the potential of the tech and us moving everything to the a different way of communicating in a massive, conversation.
There's so much conversation in Web3 about mental health. If you haven't onboarded yet or you're not in Web3, there are so many great projects. Psychedelics Anonymous is doing their free therapy for their holders now,
That's amazing.
counseling on their platform. Yeah, we're actually their NFT accelerator, but there's a ton of other projects. What's another one off the top of your head? Stardust. Mental health, a lot of them, and I love that because you're right. Your mental health shouldn't be addressed on the night that a teenager calls and a 5150. And that's a pandemic right now in our teens and our young children. Their mental health is not being adopted, and so I love that Web3 is paving the way for to be preventative care instead of now you called the hotline, now we should address what's going on with you. Web3 really creates a space where you can go on Twitter Spaces and there's no judgment. You can talk about your mental health and being in these Web3 communities. You can be in the Discord and there's safe mental health spaces. 90 Space has a mental health channel in their Discord. It's a safe space, there's no judgment. You can be anonymous if you want, and you can get help from community members and support. And I think that just brought that up for me.
Well, yeah, I think if you're talking about community, what does community mean? Being supported, being seen and heard. It's not just about, having cool experiences and having fun. Definitely that's awesome. But it means okay, we're also gonna take the responsibility to build a safe space for everyone, which means mental health and wellness will be integrated. It doesn't need to be a mental health wellness NFT to have that. It's just this idea that we know this is needed, and we're creating, I keep saying a space for everyone. So what do we feel like that means? What does it need?
I think it just needs the continuous normalization that we are.
Yeah, the more you integrate it, the more you normalize it, right?
Yeah, destigmatize it. And how normalized is it that, I wake up and you wake up and we meditate every morning.
Yeah, but I think it's also go back to being very, very simple about our responsibility as human beings and just increase the conversation and bring it to the table that we are responsible. We need to put the mask on our own face in order to be able to continue and balancing our life. I mean, it's all about balance.
You know, they say that you only pay attention or you notice something once it's in front of you, like, what, 3 times? Or, I don't even know, with marketing, it can be 7 times, right? And so you have to think about also our mental health that way. If you are having issues, and you might realize it or you might not, you might need to see something in your face, in your space, 7 times to realize, hey, maybe this is for me. Maybe I should do this. So it gives it's more reason why this should be in all the spaces. It's not about competition. It's not about, oh, there's too many places where this is. Because literally you go to one Discord and see it and go, nah, not in the mood right now. Another. Finally, that 7th time, and you're like, maybe I do need this. And that could help someone's life or save someone's life, right?
That's actually how I met so many friends during Web3. Was just talking about our mental health and what we're doing to stay grounded and how we manage all of the, social media, Discords, Twitter Spaces, along with everything else in our lives,
it's also a volatile market, so Web3 is kind of very susceptible to maybe other mental health challenges that other new emerging markets might not be, because there is volatility, and we come together and we share as leaders our wellness practices to help them understand and cope with that.
Yeah, exactly. And also I think personally, and this is my personal opinion and what's worked for me, it's being mindful in whatever we do. So we, especially women, think we can multitask and do, and it's all social media and this and interaction. And I found my way is that when I'm doing something, I'm mindful about doing. When I talk to you, I am talking to you. I'm not thinking about anything else, or at least trying to, and moving. If I eat, I eat. If I drive. So just separating and not multitasking.
It's easier said than done. I agree. It's so amazing when it works, and then when it's not, you're like, oh yeah, I'm doing it again. You have to rewire, because we got so used to. Like, I remember I used to tell people, oh, I'm such a good multitasker. I was so proud of myself, not realizing it was actually super unhealthy, and it was making me not as present with myself and the world around me, the people I love. And I'm like, oh no, that wasn't necessarily.
So I did the reverse. So
yeah.
Going the reverse and trying to be mindful in everything I do, and that's my team also. I have a big team, and I lead it this way, and it's really amazing how we become more effective, more productive, happier, and just be, and socially, being social all the time. I think it's part of wellness, and I think I was born and raised in Israel, so for us, it's like, it's like we are social from birth. That's what we do, and I think being social is so important to our well-being, and of course, being together. So.
I was just, we can say, well, I know we have to end it, but I was also going to say, mental health is very subtle, right? You don't need to be like, I want to, God forbid, take my life, or, oh, I'm in a deep depression to work on your mental health. You could just feel a bit off, or something's not working, and don't normalize that, because your body and your mind is telling you something. And so it's about working on gaining those tools when things are going well, so when things are not quote-unquote going well, you have tools at your disposal to help yourself. And that's it, right? And then you keep adding new tools, right? And sometimes you might be in spaces where some things don't work, and that's okay, because you're going to take what you need from it, and you're going to let go of the rest.
And what we eat.
It's holistic.
Take it, it's like a holistic thing, yeah.
It's a lifestyle. You gotta live it low.
We are what we eat.
And the fact of the matter is that we are all here to network, right? But you have to give your chest yourself the chance to really present your best self and your highest self to the people that you want to impress as well, right? So I just want everybody to keep that in mind too. Like, do you want to meet somebody that can potentially change your life when you're not rested or when you haven't eaten, you're hangry, and you know.
So I slept in today and I just showed up with this panel.
Exactly. Beautiful.
I needed sleep.
Yes. Wellness. See? Beautiful. And with that, we are out of time. But thank you guys so much. Don't forget to check out Brain Tap. We're doing live hacking in the back. Woo! 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 Picture.
All right, everybody smile. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much for watching. I think it's lunchtime. I'm gonna download this and have a replay on